Hello and welcome to the first long form video on this here channel. As the title expresses, this is the assembly video of my power pack / battery backup. You can get the gist of it by clicking the short linked in the description though. Yeah, but the TLDR is that I'm making a battery backup because it's cheaper to make than it is to buy. I've had the battery module itself prefabbed because I do not have the tools needed to make that myself, and I'm basically going to be doing the wiring and the enclosure building and the final assembly in this here video. I hope you find this entertaining or maybe learn a thing or two. Let's get into it. I couldn't find a charger made specifically to charge for S batteries, so I had to improvise one from a laptop charger and a buck converter. The laptop charger would help me change the AC voltage I get from the wall to DC voltage, while the buck converter would make sure that the voltage coming out of the laptop charger, which is 20 volts, is limited to 16.8 volts. Because if I overcharge the 4S battery with anything more than 16.8 volts, I could cause catastrophic failure. There you have it. 16.6. Lovely. Alright, we are getting 16.5 on here. Let me measure the output actually on this sucker. Turn this off. Oof. The laptop this charger is paired with still serves a purpose, so I reattached the plug-in series with the buck converter. With my back of a napkin mat, I estimate that the laptop should be able to power the battery and the laptop simultaneously. Now that the buck converter has been calibrated, I can connect the battery terminals to the output end to start charging it. But I'll have to check the voltage first, and in doing so cross-check the polarity before I connect it to the buck converter. It seems I might have gotten a defective voltmeter. That or the battery is defective. Fingers crossed is the first option. I'm raising the cutoff voltage from the 16.5 volt guesstimate to the more accurate 16.8 volts. A little bit shy of 8 just to be on the safer side. Alright, yeah, cross-checking with my multimeter confirms my suspicion. The battery terminals are wired backwards. Usually positive is blue and negative is brown, but it seems they did it the other way around. I'll have to be wary of that. Phew. No defective parts so far. I'll mark these terminals with black and white tape so I don't make any stupid errors in the future. The voltmeter is effectively my battery percentage indicator, and so will need to be permanently connected to the positive and negative terminals. So I've got two small buck converters, and I'm working out how they'll be wired to the battery. I know I want them on switches, but I'm still not quite sure how I want it laid out. The job of the buck converters is to convert the wide range of voltage the battery produces and limit it to 12 volts and 5 volts respectively. 12 volts for my accessories, my speakers, and 5 volts for 5 volt stuff, charging my phone, powering my router, and so on and so forth. I'm using 10 gauge wire for these connections because I already have the wire, and besides, it's what the battery terminals are made of, and I don't think I'm drawing enough current for it to matter. I'm getting a little thrown off by the polarity again. I'm glad I marked the terminals, but it still takes a bit of concentration to make sure I get it right. I really don't want any issues. Black is negative. Black is negative. Red is positive, that's white. Lovely. I should probably be able to turn this up. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You know what? The negatives will come here, and then I'll have these switches. I'll do one for these guys, and one separate for that guy. Switches. Okay, I need somebody to plug to that. So after much deliberation, I've finally settled on the layout of the entire circuit. I'll have both 5 volt and 12 volt buck converters on one switch and have another switch for a boost converter. Right, so I'm about done. With the battery, we have our voltage meter. This is going to tell me the voltage. Right now it's about half according to the chart. I'll put the chart on the screen. This is always going to be plugged in. Then I'm going to have this on a switch. So this will switch on either of these guys. I haven't actually calibrated the output yet for these guys. So one's supposed to be 12, one's supposed to be 5 volts, and then this guy, I think I'll run another one of these guys, these cables, to be the negative for here, and the positive will come from this junction here. So yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's it. Charger is already plugged in. From my research, the charger can stay plugged in, so I'm basically just going to replace all my adapters with this guy. I hope he can carry everything. This is 65 watts. Okay, so I'll only need to draw 85 watts from this guy when this guy is disconnected, or when there's no light. So, but when there's light, I'll switch it back. If there was a way I could do that passively without having to like switch between one and the other, that would be really nice. But I would like to keep, I don't know, I could probably figure that out. But yeah, so, and I have the enclosure. I was building an enclosure for it, so that's how I'm going to have it. I'll have it as like an enclosure, so I can like move it around and stuff. And then this guy will be mounted in there, and I can even still use the charger to charge the laptop, because there's a laptop that this charger power brick charges. So I still retain the functionality of that, and I'm using it to charge the battery. Yeah, working out pretty freaking well. Happy about that. I found the switch. Oh, the switch is still there. I can't solder them now because there's no electricity. But I'm going to, I've wired it together. I'm going to just check the, like tune the voltages so we get 12 volt and 5 volts. might be able to. I don't think I need to rig up the. Can this guy? What is it? The LEDs are quite bright. I mean, I don't mind red. I prefer red LEDs to blues. That's not reducing. Come on. That's worrying. What is the problem here? I'm a little bit worried. The voltage isn't changing. This is curious. Let me do some Googling.
Several hours later.
Yep. I'm getting 5 volts here. And if I check this with my multimeter, I see that we're at 11.9. Oh, this is so shaky. 11.95 basically. I could push it over, but I think I want to underdrive all the stuff. So yeah, well, the battery is still about 50%. So up next, I'm going to solder all these guys down and have the outputs connected to all the different stuff. Then I'm going to make the enclosure. I'll do that tomorrow. Right, so we've come to the end of the video. I really appreciate you spending your time here and would love for you to come back again next time. If you don't mind liking the video and subbing to the channel, I would really appreciate that. In the next video, I'll be making the enclosure and putting the electronics in their spots in said enclosure. And if you have any suggestions, questions and observations, you can leave them in the comments below. Thank you and goodbye.